Let's now focus on the war on terror, and Uganda's military has lost at least 54 soldiers in last week's Al-Shabaab attack on the Bulo Merir forward operating base in Somalia last week. This is according to President Yoweri Museveni, who also says that UPDF has recaptured the base from the Al-Shabaab terrorists who, through their Twitter accounts, had shown that they had destroyed vehicles and taken over that particular base. Leila Mohammed has the report.
Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni has made public the count of Ugandan soldiers who were lost to the Al-Shabaab attack in Somalia last week. The head of state indicated that at least 54 Ugandan People's Defense Forces soldiers were killed in that attack. Further, Museveni says that 2 senior military officers would face a court-martial for the actions on the day of the attack in what the commander-in-chief of the UPDF says was an act of fear by retreating to the next base instead of holding fort to fend off the assault on their forward operating base on that morning. Among those fallen is a commander of the troops attacked in the early hours of Friday, 26th May. In that statement made at a security agency's prayer meeting to mark Martyrs' Day in Uganda, President Museveni stated, and I quote, "The mistake was made by 2 commanders, Major Oluka and Major Obo, who ordered the soldiers to retreat," end quote. He added that they would face charges in a court-martial. Museveni had already said last week that an initial panicked reaction to the attack contributed to the toll. While in an initial statement, the president was unhappy with the move by some officers to get away from heavy fire they were taking in during the attack. He also noted that UPDF troops have demonstrated a remarkable resilience and reorganized themselves, resulting in the recapture of the forward operating base. UPDF sent out senior military leadership into Somalia hours after that attack to analyze the situation and make preparations to bring the fallen troops back to Uganda. Al-Shabaab, which had been waging a deadly insurgency against Somalia's fragile central government for more than a decade, claimed responsibility for the dawn attack on the 26th of May. According to residents of the area, the militants drove a car laden with explosives into the base in Bulo Merir, about 120 kilometers southwest of the capital Mogadishu, leading to a gunfight. The toll is one of the heaviest yet since the pro-government forces backed by the AU force, known now as ATMIS, launched an offensive against Al-Shabaab last August. Contributing countries like Kenya have also suffered such attacks. In 2015, an early morning attack on a Kenyan forward operating base in El Ade, and a year later another attack in Kolbio, also aimed at another Kenyan FOB in Sector 2, were undertaken inside Somalia. Burundi troops have also faced an attack in May 2022. Burundi's army at that time said in a statement that 10 of its soldiers were killed and 25 were injured, while a further 5 were missing. It also said 20 Al-Shabaab militants were also killed. Before that attack, a high-ranking Burundian military officer told the media about 30 soldiers had been killed. Under a UN resolution approving its creation, ATMIS is projected to gradually reduce staffing levels from nearly 20,000 soldiers, police and civilians, to 0 by end of 2024. Before ATMIS, there was AMISOM, which started running in 2007. Leila Mohammed, NTV.